Appreciate you all being here. Obviously, we just got done with Thanksgiving, so I'm thankful that we have had a winning record and we're still bowl eligible, and there's a chance we get to play another game. But we're frustrated and disappointed that we haven't played as well as we expect to play the last half of the season. So we've started today to work on improving for next year. Most of our coaches are on the road out recruiting right now. We're doing, over the next few weeks, we're going to do a total evaluation of the way the program's run and how we do things around here, so that when our team gets back from Christmas vacation, we can start implementing those things so that we return to the expected one-loss record that we all expect around here and we've all been used to having around here. But that's being said, we're still bowl eligible, and hopefully someone was going to take us to a bowl game.
Aside from injury and youth, is there something deeper that you perceive, or is this just an aberration of the season?
I don't know. That's why we're reevaluating everything. Maybe we're doing everything right, and it's just one of those seasons where nothing went right, and late in the season the bad breaks happen. You know, injuries have something to do with it, obviously, but that's an excuse. We don't make excuses. And we didn't get better. The last half of the season we played the same way every game. Every game was close, and when every game's close, guess what? You're going to win half of them, you're going to lose half of them. That's just the way it works, and I didn't see us get any better. I thought we played the last game of the year just like we played about the 6th game or 7th game of the year.
You guys probably evaluate after the season every year. How is this year different, and in what ways do we look at things?
Well, we're going to go more in depth. I mean, we're going to go all the way from off-season workouts, because we have a system that we've run since I've been the head coach. We're going to check that out. We're going to reevaluate what we do on offense. We're going to reevaluate what we do on defense. We're reevaluating right now how we recruit. Because to be honest with you, recruiting has gone better over the last 5 or 6 years, according to the people that judge the recruiting classes. And I think that maybe in the process of recruiting more highly rated guys by recruiting services, we've lost a little bit of an edge that we had.
Rocky, will your evaluation process include talking to seniors who have been here for 4, maybe 5 years, and get some of their insights on maybe what was different this year from past years? Or is it really more amongst the staff that's evaluating?
Well, it's everything, but we always talk to the seniors. So we're going to do it again, but that's not new. I have each coach evaluating the program from his point of view in a written manner, and we're going to sit down and each coach individually I'm going to talk to next week about what his evaluation, because I don't think we always do that. I think we get involved in recruiting, we go about our business, and as long as things are going good, we don't worry about changing anything. Well, things went okay. I mean, we're still hopefully going to go to a bowl game. That's okay, and that's kind of nice. There was a few years here back that San Diego State hadn't been to a bowl game for a really, really, really long time. Well, the way we want to run our program, that's not good enough anymore. You know, and we didn't play as well as we should have in the second half of the season. So obviously there's something that we're missing. It might be a really small thing, it might be a big thing, but if you don't go hunting for it, you'll never find it. So we're hunting for it at every corner.
Rocky, your offensive and defensive metrics have been off from what they were this past 5-6 years in terms of the chunk plays, quarterback sacks allowed, tackles for losses behind the line of scrimmage that happened to your offense, and the same thing to your defense. Which disappoints you more? What happened up front offensively, or just the defense has not been what you had been?
Well, I think when you start picking specific statistics out, you're clouding the picture. I mean, if you look at the statistics, if you talk about on defense, you talk about total defense, rush defense, where we're ranked in the country, we're as good or better than we've ever been. Now, I agree with you, we didn't cause as many turnovers this year. We didn't have as many tackles for losses. I'm not sure about sacks. We probably didn't have as many sacks. I know we didn't have as many interceptions. So you can take a stat and make it sound any way you want to make it sound. But in reality, on defense, we're actually statistically probably better this year than we have been the last 3 or 4 years. I know we're in the top 10 in rush defense or something. I think we're in the top 25 or 30 in most categories of defense. Now, I agree with you. Our offense was way down from what it's been the last couple, 3 years. Now, that might be players. Let's stop talking about statistics. That might be players. Had a first-round draft choice that was a running back here for 2 or 3 years. Had the leading rusher in the NCAA history that was a running back here for 3 or 4 years. It might just be players. We didn't have that kind of tailback this year. Now, in the one we had that's pretty good, he got hurt. And then we had some offensive linemen. We expected them to play well. They didn't play near as well as we expected, but they had a lot of injury problems. I mean, so you can slant the story any way you want to slant the story. But we've become around here, we've been expecting teams that win 10, 11 games. And I'm for that. I'm all for that. But when you expect that kind of stuff and you just automatically think it's going to happen and it doesn't go your way, I'm doing the same thing. You're looking for answers. Maybe there are no answers. Maybe it's just one of those seasons that things didn't go our way. But if you don't go looking for them, you won't find it. If there's an answer out there, we got to find it.
You mentioned after the game Saturday, there were a couple things, the coaching things that were done that seemed questionable to you by some of your coaches on the staff. What in particular happened that seemed off?
Well, I'm not going to get into particulars, but I don't think we coached as well this year as we've had in the past. Now, some of that is we have new coaches in the system, and they don't understand the system as well. But I'll give you one on Saturday night. I think I messed up. I thought we had totally had the momentum right there in overtime. And by the way, the game should have been over before that if you look at a replay or two. They should have been 4th and 11, and they should have been trying to kick a field goal from a long distance. But we let them score, and then we scored in the very first play that we had the ball in overtime. That's huge momentum. So the right thing to do is to go for it, to win it right there. That's the right thing to do. I don't care what any of y'all say. That's the right thing to do. Okay, and we have a 2-point play that we've been working on for seems like forever. That's really a good play, really, really a good play. So we call that play, and somehow we mess it up. Well, the mistake is made after that play. Since we messed it up, I should have even maybe taken a penalty and kicked the extra point in and let us settle back down and go into a second overtime. So that's a mistake by me. Sometimes it's an emotional mistake, sometimes, but since we messed up the 2-point play, and I thought for sure it was going to work, and we had all the momentum, since we messed that up, I should have sat back and take the delay of game penalty and kicked a little longer, PAT and go on to the second overtime. But I thought we were going to win the game before that too. So John Barron's a darn good kicker. I thought he was going to win it for us like he's done many, many times. Then we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
You mentioned the replay. Obviously, there's nothing you do after the fact, but in a situation like that where several people said it seems to be pretty obvious that the ball hit the ground, what do you do after the fact to bring anything to anybody's attention that could possibly change something?
Oh, I don't think he can do anything. And I think that replay has done a great job of eliminating some of those mistakes that have happened in the past. But even that just shows you no matter how good technology is, there's going to be mistakes made. And when a mistake is made, you just got to overcome it. You can't worry about it. You can't think about it. You can't, beat it up. People make mistakes all the time. You just have to go about your business and overcome mistakes.
Do you do any follow-up to find what's their process to why they did or didn't come to the ring?
I have no idea. I did that once this year where I followed up on something and was not satisfied with the answer or the results, so I refused to do it anymore.
You do have several new coaches on the coaching staff. Have you been happy with the progress of most of those, or could you see any changes?
We are in the evaluation process of everything in the program right now.
Did you miss Gonzalez and Houck's expertise, experience on that staff this year?
I don't know. Same thing could have happened if they were here. I mean, your guys are asking me to guess. I can't guess. We might not have made the 2-point play even if I'd have gone to the second overtime. Hell, I don't know. We might not have won anyway. And maybe if we should have gone for it and instead of letting Barron try to kick the field goal, we should have tried to score a touchdown. Come on now. When it's people involved, there are no complete answers. There's no statistic that means a darn thing when people are involved.
How have the players responded to the losses, and have you been pleased with the effort or the care that they've had, or no?
I'm happy with the effort. I don't think we ever have a team or have not had a team that is given up. And you can tell when a team gives up. You can tell when a team decides that they don't want to play anymore. You can tell when a team has already decided the other team has won. I don't think we've done that. I think we took the losses really hard. But I think we played as hard as we could in the last 2 games. I'm not sure we did the 2 games before that, but I think the last 2 games, I think our team put a really good effort in.
Rocky, you've always said the bowl games have kind of been the cherry on top of a season, a reward game, but would it be kind of a crushing blow if you guys weren't able to get into one this year?
Not a crushing blow because our team was prepared for that. Our team was told before the last game that if they didn't win, there was a chance they weren't going to a bowl game. So our team is sitting just like I am, wondering if we're going to get to go or not. And I think it'll be a celebration for the career of the seniors, and the seniors are going to have a great time. I'm sure the other guys will have a good time once we get to the bowl game, but they're probably not going to have a good time the first week that we practice.
So this week, does the team do much of anything?
We're just going to run and lift weights just to make sure we stay in condition if Sunday we get a bowl bid.
Prefer a late game, late in the calendar? So
I don't care when it is, where it is, or who we're playing. I think that we deserve to go. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a whole bunch of 6 teams going, and we won 7. Don't forget that we won 7 games. And there's a bunch of 6-6 teams going to bowl games now. So we deserve to go. And I think for our senior class, that's the right way to go out. Those guys have been around for a while, that we've had very good success around here, and they deserve to be patted on the back and say good career. Now, the ones that are coming back, it wasn't good enough. For the seniors, it was good enough because they deserved to go and they're going to be in a bowl game. For the ones coming back, it was not good enough.
you said a lot of the evaluation of the next few weeks will be looking ahead in next season, but do you think there's something in there you can discover that might also help if you go to the bowl game?
I don't think so, because I think it's a process of an entire year of your program. Things you don't win in August and September. You start to win in January. When they get back to school in January, that's when you start to win. Okay, so it might have been something we did in the off season that set the tone the wrong way. But then I'm just guessing. And if our coaching staff, we find something and we believe something we're doing wrong, we'll fix it. It might be we're not doing anything wrong.
Do you think this freshman group's been different than previous freshman groups? They haven't progressed
I think we played a lot more freshmen this year than we ever have before. So how they progressed, I don't know if they have or not. I think we've got a very talented freshman group. And so I think it's very, very important that we make sure that we're in the right frame of mind as this group becomes sophomores and juniors and seniors. I mean, if you want my guess, I think we've lost our edge. Teams have to have an edge to them. Now we're back to penalties. Notice that we haven't been getting any of those in the last half of the season. Oh, my goodness. Get holding penalties and stuff like that, but no personal fouls, no late hits, no being too aggressive. That's funny, isn't it?
Rocky, this being the first year where you can play a freshman for, I think it's 4 games, and they wouldn't lose a year of eligibility, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Were there any players that played 4, you held them back from a 5th to protect a year of eligibility, and how did that play out this year for you with your freshman class?
Well, it didn't make, I'm glad you asked it because it didn't make a darn bit of difference to us. And this is one of the things we're going to evaluate because our philosophy around here is it doesn't matter how many games they play. If they can help us win a game, they're put into a game. So just because they had 4 before they lost the redshirt year didn't make a darn bit of difference to us. If we thought they could help us win, we were going to play them. Well, maybe that was the wrong attitude going in. You know, now we'll see which guys lost their redshirt year because they played 1 game too much and see if that's going to make a difference in their career. Or maybe they developed, maybe they're more ready to play next year because we did that. I don't know. So we're gonna try to see if we can figure if that was right or wrong. But we play them. If they can help us win a game, we play them. Yeah.
All conference honors will be coming out. Who do you think are your most deserving players this year for all conference honors?
I don't, you know, it's hard to tell since you don't play everybody in our league. And since there's 12 teams, it's very difficult to make an all-conference team. I think 1 or 2 of our offensive linemen probably deserve it, and there's probably, I think we nominated 3 or 4 of them. I think we got a couple of linebackers that deserve consideration. Maybe Fred Trevelyan deserves consideration. Not very many. And part of that is because you win 7 games, and the guys that win 10 and 11, they're the guys that get most of the team on the guys on the all-conference team, which is the way it should be. Doesn't mean your player's not as good as his player. It just means that his player was on a better team.
Think Barron had a strong enough year to be special teams player of the year?
Maybe. You know, I don't know all the statistics of the other kickers and punters or return guys. I don't know what all those stats are. If he'd have won the game the other night, he would have had a better chance.